like when Suge got out, it was really popping. You know what I'm saying? Suge got out and got straight to it. You know what I mean? Billboards. We did the Double XL magazine cover. Rest in peace. Left Eye was on that cover. You know what I mean? That was her last photo shoot. Jonathan Mania shot that. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? We did everything. Every show you could think of. Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I'm saying? All the way to the East Coast. We was on Hot 97. They was bumping my new single. All that. And Suge would also allow me to sit in some of these meetings sometimes, you know what I mean, when he was talking to power players in the industry. So I was learning about the game by just sitting there soaking it up, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad, you know, but I feel like since he was kind of blackballed, that we couldn't really put out no hits, you know what I mean? And sometimes hits make all the negativity, you overlook the negativity because the hits is coming. But if you ain't got no hits, then we just looking at all the bullshit that's going on and being like, nigga, this some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have no way to really distribute our shit. You know what I mean? And he wasn't going for the independent game. Suge wanted to sell millions of records because that's what he was used to.
Oh, that's what he is. You know, I'm pretty sure coming from the heights that he's came from, dog, he wasn't trying to see nothing less than that.
Yeah, like E1 and all that. When we went over there, when they was doing projections and all that, he wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Because he came from a situation where he was used to selling millions and millions of records. You know what I mean? And the game was changing. He went in, he was like one or two, you know, hip-hop moguls. He came out, it was 4-5 of them motherfuckers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The game had changed up.
Yeah, just that quick, man. Just that quick. Now, did y'all resolve y'all situation amicably?
Yeah, we didn't see eye to eye when I left. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's time for me to go because wasn't no music coming.
Was it your decision or was it a contractual decision?
Well, the contract was up.
Okay.
I did, you know, the 4 years. I had a 4-year contract. I did the 4-year contract. Contract was up. They wanted me to re-sign. And I was like, yo, you know what? I'm ready. I gotta bounce. I need to put music out. I can't get this time back. You know what I'm saying? And we was doing little shit like we did Dysfunctional Family, Eddie Griffin. He had a movie. We did the whole soundtrack. I helped co-produce most of the whole damn soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of players on there. Murder Inc. came into play. Murder Inc. Irv Gotti came in, was like, well, look, I think he kind of knew Suge's hands was tied on to a certain extent. So Irv was like, yo, we'll take Crook and, you know, we'll put him up where he need to be. You know what I'm saying?
So you almost wound up on Murder Inc.?
So it was almost a Death Row Murder Inc. on my album, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did the Baby remix with Ashanti. You know, when she did the Baby song and went #1, I did the remix. First time I was #1 on 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Irv, I gotta say this, you know, Irv kept it real. Not too many people, a lot of people always was talking to me in the industry like, yeah, I do this with you, I do that with you, and then they go ghost, you don't even see them no more, or it's just Hollywood shit like, yeah, man, we gotta make sure we do this, you know, just a lot of Hollywood shit. But Irv was like, listen, you one of the hardest niggas I heard ever. I'm finna make sure your shit shake. He's like, we got the #1 record over here, you getting on the remix. I left the studio, I was like, all right, cool, that's what he's saying. Next day, I was in the booth. Right after that, I was at the video shoot. Right after that, I was coming out on Ashanti set while she had 30,000 people in the crowd rocking my verse. You feel me? Like, he kept it all the way 100. You know what I mean? And I appreciated that. You know what I mean? But when that case hit, everything scattered. Remember when?
They got hit with their shit. It's almost like that was a concerted effort from law enforcement, really, to shed powerful, you know, the 3 powerful black labels. Because you got to remember, Rap-A-Lot Records was involved in that. They didn't get cracked like the other cats did, though. They got Suge and they got Irv.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, and it was like, it was trippy, man. And being, you know, being on the road, they was really trying to blackball. I would show up to concerts by myself, and they'd be like, nah, we can't let you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's artists here performing that said if we let you in, they not performing. I ain't never even did nothing to these niggas.
Well, you know what it was.
You know
I think during that time, Crook, I think the industry as a whole, because I think everybody in this room heard about them ass whoopings that was being passed out. I'm talking about grown niggas putting their hands on other grown niggas.
Right.
You know, not just beat downs, but really defiling niggas, man, pissing on niggas and, you know, just all that shit, come running up in niggas' cribs and all that, just crazy stuff, dog. They got to a time, and I'm going to tell you something, dog, I don't give a fuck how bad a nigga think his reputation is in the streets.
Right.
It ain't no motherfucker badder than the federal government, my nigga.
That's the gangster shit.
When motherfuckers get tired of your ass and you think you go walk around here putting your hands on motherfuckers, dog, and doing all this crazy shit, after a while, the people with the paper go start going, we got something for your ass.
Right.
We not allowing it no more. Now, I'll be telling you, since that time, you ain't heard about no niggas running up in no labels like they used to back then. That shit is not working, dog. You just can't force a motherfucker.
Not security up.
Yeah, they not letting motherfuckers in them buildings no more like that.
That shit stopped and shit.
Niggas changed the game, man. That behavior changed the game.
Because we wasn't taking that bullshit. Niggas got tired of getting robbed.
Because I'm going to tell you, dog,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you like this, like I tell everybody else, man. That small world that's in the streets, that's really not reality. They live outside the scope of what reality is. Motherfuckers is getting niggas locked the fuck up, dog.
Man, dog, locked all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, after that shit, I was seeing a noticeable difference in the industry, how people was moving around. You know what I'm saying? With the security, like Eiht said, with the motherfucking, you gotta have a code to get inside the building. You gotta have a key card to go up the elevator. Like, everything was changing. You can't just run up in them offices talking all that shit no more. You know,
because it's not reality, dog, and only niggas bring that type of shit. You don't never hear about no rock star motherfuckers doing no crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They settle their disputes in the boardroom and the lawyer, you know, the courthouses.
Man, because I mean, you know, payola and all that wasn't really created by us. By our community.
Yeah, we talking about payola versus niggas getting beat down
with baseball bats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
like,
they was going in.
Play this record.
Well, check this out, Crook.
You know
they was only coming with baseball bats though, dog. When that not of money didn't work.
Yeah, when the money didn't work.
You know,
yeah,
when the money didn't work, and the nigga told them
no,
they was coming with some other shit.
Yeah,
but you know,
because that's what I mean. You know how it go, man. Like,
hell yeah,
these niggas was in there, man. They trying to get this money off these spins, man. They wasn't taking no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? The whole industry was on some gangster shit, if you ask me.
Now let me ask you this, and this, because I'm trying to, like, I'm speeding past a lot of shit. So, when is the last time you actually talked to Suge? Like, how did y'all leave it? Did you talk to him after he got into the situation with old boy when he ran that brother over?
I talked to him right before then. That was the last time I spoke to him. I talked to him right before then. I was filming a show. I did this show called One Shot. I created it for BET in 2015. It came out in 2015. It was a platform that I built for independent artists. We went around the world, went around America, just trying to find new rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, whoever win the contest get $100,000 in an independent record deal. You know what I'm saying? So I was in Miami shooting the Miami episode. I had Khaled. It was cracking. It was real cool. And I had Sway hosting it and all that shit. And I got a call, and it was Suge. And Suge was like, yo, what's happening? I said, nah, man, I'm chilling. I'm in Miami. He's like, oh, okay. I thought you was out here, man. I was going to ask you to do something, but you in Miami, man. What you doing out there? I was like, oh, man, I'm just filming a show, you know what I'm saying? Just doing my thing. He was like, all right. And we had a little conversation, man, and left it at that. But before then, you know, when I first left, the judge, because they took me to court. The label took me to court. And, you know, try to say, you know, I guess the legal department was like, yo, they was trying to stop me from being able to leave. You know what I'm saying?
So they're saying you owed some more records?
Owed some more records and all this kind of shit. So I went to court. And the craziest shit happened. I already knew. I was like, oh, shit, nigga, I'm good. I walked in, because do you ever believe in signs?
Oh,
like
yeah,
you get
most
a
definitely.
sign or something like
most
that?
Most definitely.
So I walked in, and the judge name was Judge Goodman. And I looked at that shit, I was like, okay. And then they were saying, you know, they side was saying that, you know, I still owe some records and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And they was trying to say that, you know, they had me under a new contract, and I was like, yo, I already knew it was like impossible to prove because I believe the feds had already raided the building at that point, and they had took all the paperwork away. So it was like I couldn't even tell you know what I'm saying? Like they came in and took all the computers and everything when they raided Death Row. But anyway, the judge winked at me. I already knew. I was like, okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, y'all got to pay him back for his legal fees. Y'all got to pay him back for this. He put a business gag order on him because he's like, I don't want nobody going to Universal, Warner, Sony saying that this man is still on y'all label. Don't intimidate nobody in the business from doing any work with him. If I hear about it, it's going to be a $250,000 fine on you. Like, he just threw the whole shit at him. And, you know, Suge didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like that, man. And I was like, I gotta go talk to this nigga, man, because people were saying stuff like, man, Suge said, wah. Like, oh, word? You know what I'm saying? So I was on Sunset one night with my god brother, Jim Giddem, and I seen Suge stand outside with like 4 or 5 dudes. It was just me and Jim, but I was like, dog, let's swoop up on him real quick. Jumped out. Suge, what's happening? Oh, Crook, come here, man. I said, yo, what's going down? He was like, oh, he said some things, right? I ain't gonna say what he said, but he said some things, and I said some things, right? And he started laughing. He said, that's why I always fucked with you, because you crazy as a motherfucker. And I was like, man, you know, nigga just trying to do his business, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And after that, we shook hands, right? And it wasn't no more, nothing was a gray area no more after that. You know what I mean? I start seeing him at parties. You know, I go holler at him for a second, you know, go do my thing. And, you know, he had called me when I signed the Shady. And he hit me up. He was like, listen, I'm glad you with the white boy. That's what he called him, you know. He's like, I'm glad you with the white boy because he understand lyricism. He was like, he understand lyricism. You know, a lot of these record labels, they don't know what to do with a real lyricist. But I feel like Eminem know what to do with a real lyricist.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangsta chronic players, this is not your average show.